don't you just want to be sad when you're sad and be depressed when you're depressed? I don't know about you, but I tend to just want to be that when I'm feeling blue or depressed. I kind of want to separate being sad and depressed being two different things, because I feel like sad feels more like you're mourning for something, and then depressed is being a more personal matter to the individual that's being depressed. But regardless, I feel like when I'm depressed or sad, I will want to keep on writing out that feeling for however long it may be. I feel like that it soothes me. It's like some type of shield that I can hide behind on and be comfortable and be selfish for myself and not think about others, even though others may worry or care for me. I think it's also important to be able to understand that part of yourself. If you feel the same way I do, that in my case, I may not be really ready for happiness or working or in a working relationship with others, whether that be friends or significant others, because I feel like in a deeper how do I word this? I feel like I'm just gonna be selfish at the end of any relationship I am, making the choices that only I want for myself, because whether I'm thinking that I'm helping the situation, I believe that I'm only actually doing the things for me and not thinking about the other person, whether that is friends or significant others. Obviously, I believe that the things I do tends to only really benefit me at the end, even though if I'm doing the things I do and whether the things I'm doing is from a good place in my heart. And I feel like it was really hard to accept the fact that even if I'm doing something good or making a decision or fixing something that might have come from a good place, it doesn't mean that it will, in a sense, be helpful or actually help for the other individual that you're trying to fix for, and you're really just trying to fix a problem or make something up for yourself so you can feel better about it, rather than actually trying to help your friends or significant others. And I believe that's kind of one of the reasons why I'll never be actually ready for a deeper relationship with friends or significant others. It took me a long time to try to understand that, because for the longest I just wanted to help people, and that kind of blindsided me, because I just wanted to help. It kind of hurts that things I did was from a good place but turned out to be not helpful, if that makes sense. And it turned out to be a really disastrous result for me at the very end, and hurting a lot of my friends and relationship with others. And that built up a lot of frustration within myself, not understanding the fact that even if I am helping, does it really need to be fixed, or am I just trying to fix things for myself? Am I really helping you, or am I actually just really asking for help, or trying to help things and move things around just for me, and I actually ask for your opinion or asking for your input about the problem, or if there was even a problem to begin with. That in itself is actually really hard, because I feel like everybody as an individual will always look at themselves in a vacuum, even if they're in a relationship. Because I feel like it's very hard to try to recognize that if there was an actual problem, wouldn't it obviously affect the both of you and not just one of you? Obviously, everybody's stories is different and written differently depending on how you live your life, and mine happens to be that some things ain't meant to be, and I just have to live with that decision and choice that I have made, and carry those thoughts, memories, and scars and wounds that have dealt to my, or at the very least what I feel like I have done to my previous relationships and friends. Obviously, I don't think, obviously people might not think I'm doing anything wrong, but me in a philosophical sense, at least to me, I feel like I'm the one at fault, or at the very least feel like I am the part to blame during those situations of nights where I take my anger out or make decisions and try and do things where I should have just talked about it and communicated, even if I have to struggle like how I am right now. And at the very least, I'm trying to understand myself a little bit better day after day, which is why I kind of want to do this, and hopefully people will try to understand the words I'm trying to deliver, or at the very least the feelings I'm trying to convey. Everybody has a different problem, and if you want to bring that problem to the table, I feel like it should be communicated and not thrust it upon to other people's lap, which is my case of what I believe, what I have done to other people, which is, guess what I'm really talking about is baggage. But in the end, you couldn't do what you can do. You couldn't do what you can do, and others can only do what they can do. So it's important to communicate what both of you guys can bring to the table, and try to recognize if there is a problem. If there isn't, try to recognize that, or try to communicate that there isn't a problem, and try to make sure that the problem isn't a problem, but more of the individual's insecurities or trauma that may be what's conflicting about what they think a problem, what they might think what that what they may think what that problem was to begin with, that That I think that is very important, because in life's not all about reaching happiness and achieving goals and making money and doing all these other stuff. I feel like in reality it's all about learning and accepting and trying to, more importantly than everything else, especially when I'm having a hard time to, it's not that I'm having a hard time thinking, I'm just having a hard time conveying these feelings that's been buried for so long. It's very important to communicate. It's very important to able to, no matter what, how bad you are, or if you don't know if you're that bad at communicating, even though you think you may be really, really good, it's very important to try to talk things out with the individual that you may think you have problems with. Talking if things are actually okay. If there isn't, is it you? Me? Is there actually a problem? Is there a solution to it? It's very important that the problem is objectively right, in a sense, because feelings can always differ and make things very difficult. It's very important that accepting the fact that you, at least the very mic, I'm like speaking like as if I'm speaking to myself, and because I tend to speak to others or whatnot, but regardless, I think it's important that you look at yourself and accept the fact that things are how it is. And in my case, I truly can never ever have the one thing that really matters to me. I'll never have it, and that's fine, because life, at least to me, isn't about happiness. It's about learning and try to help others understand the feelings and the hurt that you've been through, and teach them better. Helping others, be generous, and help them understand the joy that you may never ever have. Yeah, that's my acceptance to myself. Being able to accept the things that I am, and never able to have the thing that I really want. Yeah, I guess that'd be it. Bye.